Going surfing.
Going surfing in the AK, huh?
What got me up here to do my favorite things?
Yeah.
A 150-word essay to the Alaskan Brewing Company.
Well,
It's 150 words.
y'all were Google stocked something ferocious.
Oh yeah. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Assholes.
No, just they wanted to see
Who we were.
Who you were. There was a Hawaiian singer named Steve Sano.
This is Alaska, man.
This is more of the Alaska that I'm used to.
This is the Alaska I like.
Big time. Who's a happy guy?
What do you think about this?
Let's look up and down the coast.
Yeah.
I think there's probably,
I think they were
I feel like
calling.
only a couple of us would get into
I
this.
think it's probably a more protected spot.
Definitely gonna check it. They were calling.
That's a pretty simple way right there.
Oh, I got barrel now. Ooh, it's the green room.
Antifreeze.
Oh, hydraulic oil.
Hydraulic. I'll just put it as hydraulic. Here is.
Pepsi?
This is an American beverage bottle. We gotta separate them.
You segregate American and foreign beverage bottles?
Yes.
So you analyze 10% of the weight.
Of the total
You
weight
actually
that we got.
analyze and then just interpolate from that.
Yeah. More fishing related, obviously.
Bill Lucy, Yakutat Salmon Board, City and Borough of Yakutat, Alaska.
Nice. Thanks, man.
Dave is
Dave? Hi, how are you? All right, good.
a writer from the LA area. Elizabeth is out of Anchorage.
All right.
Nice.
Jared,
Jared.
good to meet you, brother.
Uh-oh, he's the documenter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get you on that internet thing.
San Francisco.
San Francisco, all
And
right.
you met Jesse earlier, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So do you want to tell us a little bit what Yakutat Salmon Board does?
Just in general, what we do is we're an advisory board of the borough. So we're kind of like a branch of natural resource department. We work on, like right now, I'm going up to a biomass meeting. We're looking at converting clear cuts to willow crops and converting them to electricity, get off of burning diesel.
That's awesome.
In that same area, we're filling in a bunch of roads and fixing salmon streams. The roads have cut into the groundwater and messed up all the salmon habitat, so we're kind of erasing that mistake. And then we're also, we do fish passage projects, where we put culverts in and collapse, the fish can't get up river to spawn, the little ones can't go back and forth. Tree thinning, we're doing a lot of that because the clear cuts grow back really dense and nothing can use them. The deer don't use them because they can hardly move through them, and there's no plants growing in the understories. There's nothing to eat, so we space it all out, and all the blueberry bushes and stuff come back. Education in the schools, we'll do this thing called Salmon in the Classroom, where we get fish and take the eggs and milk out, and then the kids watch the eggs develop over the year and turn into fish, and then they let them go back in the stream. We've do invasive species plants, and we've killed off a bunch of pike that were planted that wiped out a coho run.
What was that, invasive species?
Invasive species, yeah, pike, northern pike. They were put in a pond and they killed everything. So there's nothing but pike. Yeah. They wiped the salmon out. So we
Why were they planted here?
When?
Why?
Fish and Game thought it was a good idea for the kids to have something to catch in town. And it was a landlocked pond, but then there was a landslide which took out a couple houses here, so they put a culvert in and dumped all the pike into a big salmon system, and they wiped them out. So, but that's been fixed, so we're going to have the school kids watch the coho run rebuild up this little channel. And what we're trying to do is kind of morph this into a science center. We want to build a science center down there with an aquarium and get a tribal biologist down there and a director, and kind of like Prince William Sound. And then we can have the community run the steering committee, and they say, we want to know what happened to our crab, so we'll initiate a research project on that. So all this restoration and stuff we do would just become one branch of that. So that's what we're shooting for next couple of years. Yeah, which is like 267 miles of coastline. Each person gets 2.5 miles in the ocean.
In the town, you divide it
If you divide it up.
We haven't been.
That's pretty solid.
So,
Who's offshore?
There's some healthy overhead plus guys coming off the point.
Wow.
Like ceiling high.
Really?
Light offshores.
Every single time Lauren got off a wave, he kind of did a little dance.
Cool, and no people around. That's fantastic.
Oh yeah, just the 3 or 4 of us out there.
So, but I'll talk more about this tonight. I got some PowerPoint thing. We're working with the Forest Service on this biomass. The senators Murkowski and Begich, if we get our feasibility study done, they're going to fund us.
What kind of generator? Is it a gasifier? Or is
Well,
it
that's what we're fighting about right now amongst ourselves. You know, that it's cogeneration, and we might go with a boiler like Chino Hot Springs, which is all geothermal, but gasification uses a lot less wood. So,
less exhaust.
Yeah, less burns cleaner, but they're a lot more finicky.
Yeah, they're harder to run.
Yeah, and
It's just you gotta adjust it right.
yeah, they want just the right fuel.
Capturing the fish, you know, the nets, the lines, those kind of
So you're
things.
not looking more at the other general pollution?
I guess what we're really talking about is fishing deer.
So anything related to the fishing industry, not just nets and ropes, but
The hydraulic oil, that kind of thing.
Yeah, here we are on a boat cruising through Juneau looking for whales. We just saw some beautiful bald eagles, and we're going to be spending the next 3 hours cranking around here. This is Lauren to my side, one of our coastal code adventurers.
the humpback, that's the same. These two and
Our bull pilot. Part of
Head.
Well, there's a few differences between seals and sea lions. Sea lions tend to be much bigger than seals. Sea lions are also called eared seals because they do have ears externally, whereas seals don't. They also have the ability to walk on all fours and climb up onto the rocks. The seal can't climb on the rocks. We know that the Steller sea lion's closest relative is the California sea lion, but other than that, probably brown bears. The skull of a brown bear and the skull of a Steller sea lion are quite similar, and only a trained expert can tell them apart.
Getting it on?
Wow. He really stood up pretty tall.
Big ones are the males. They get up to the top. The females are a little more petite, 600 or 700 pounds. They did just have a pups. Yeah, I think the pups. When they first had all their pups, it was interesting. All the pups were staying on one side of the beach, segregated from the adults on the other side. It was almost like, yeah, go over there and just leave us alone.
Watch your head.
Take care.
A lot like Thanksgiving, like the children's table. Nobody else likes you. Whoa! Is that
Hi, guys.
So you can probably tell these guys are a lot bigger than the California sea lions.
Yeah,
These
man.
are huge. Are they the pollock, which is kind of junk food for sea lions, but other kind of staple, is fish over 1 billion pounds a year.
Whoa!
1 billion with a B. So that could
mineral?
kind of take into their pollock fishery. I heard the pollock fishery is collapsing. They only got $100,000 to start putting in lighthouses in Alaska, and that was basically enough for 2. So this and another lighthouse out by Five Finger were the first 2, and they opened at the exact same time. So this is one of the first lighthouses. There were 2 that opened the same day in Alaska. And it's still operating.
Rainbow.
Alright, let's go look for some whale.